So I assigned an existing material, right click, blah, blah, blah. It's the same color as this one, right? So if I go to blah, 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 and then I go over here and choose one of these random colors or one of these, or just slide my mouse along this, it's just changing that. This right here has a default shader called Lambert 1. Now, this is important. Whatever Lambert 1 is, everything comes in looking like Lambert 1. So if I change this to yellow, if I make a torus now, my torus is coming in yellow. I make a plane or a circle or whatever, everything's coming in yellow. So if you want to, you could change this to be, I guess. Oh, and this is something else. This is a shader engine that isn't used anymore. It was called Mental Ray, but it's been discontinued. So um, yeah, it doesn't work the same way. But you can make your viewport objects look like how you want. But it's not a material we use for rendering. So something like this, I don't even see roughness. Hmm. Maybe I just never mess with this. But yeah, I think I just really never mess with this. I'm usually just in Arnold, so yeah. But if you want your objects to look like a certain color coming in, you can change this. But I would say most people keep it as the default gray, and then change these to different Arnold materials when that the time comes.
Okay.
All right. Okay. But like I said, have any other questions, just up and tell me. Okay, so this right here is like I said before, these are the different materials. Oh, and there's different ways to add materials to objects. So this is my Arnold shader right here. If I click on this, so I know it's selected, and I can like minimize this if I want to, wherever you feel the best working. And I can do this. I can select my object. I can middle mouse button click and drag and let go. I can middle mouse button click and drag one of these on this and let go. And as you can see, it like changes. So now this is like Lambert. Um, I can have this selected, and then I can right click on an object and go to assign to material. And I can do that with multiple objects at the same time. So I could select both of these, assign material, and I can select it and right click, assign material to viewport selection. So yeah, just showing you that there's different ways. How you see what's on well, how you see your textures, I think I told you before. Always just do 4 wireframe, 5 solid, 6 texture. Okay. So if I was to make a plane, what's this material on here called? Right click, material attributes. I don't even know which one it's called. Okay, it's AI surface, the standard surface one. Select it, right click, assign existing material. Boom, and there we go. Um, yeah, we only use Arnold, so this is the only one we're ever going to be using. AI standard surface, Arnold shader, AI standard surface. Okay. What else was I gonna say? Oh, so they're presets. We'll get into this when you get more into lighting, but you can go to this and they have different presets. So if I go to balloon, let's say, and replace, this is now like some balloon shader. And check out what it did. The weight usually comes in at zero point 0.8. This changed it to 1. It gave it a certain color, and you can go in and change these as well. Um, well, the color I think is well, what is the color? What did it add it to? Okay, so the color was that Corona bottle. Let me just go through and change this. If I go to presets, I'll just go back to balloon. I'll just go to replace. Okay. So this is what it comes in as. This is supposed to look like a balloon, sort of. So it tries to help you out and give you like a starting point. So these aren't 100% like accurate. Sometimes they are accurate, you know, but it can help out. And I can show you this later on in the project. Right now, just trying to get like an idea of how this works. So just showing you from default what it went to. And I think it uses some no transmission. Oh, no subservice. It uses some coat, you know, and the IRR has changed. So it's gone through and somebody basically what this is somebody who worked at the company went through and said, okay, let's look at the properties of a balloon. Let me set up these parameters because I think this looks like a balloon or this is a good starting point for a balloon. And that's what this is. Okay. Um, yeah, so you have a bunch of these and just so I've never really messed with these like blend 10% type of things. Like I just go full 100%. So if something's glass, it's full 100%. So yeah. And I'll get into the lighting more in our next project, but that's what you're seeing when you see all these like reflections over here. There's something called a HDRI, which is like a environment. And we're seeing, I don't know what it is, a room or something like that. I'm seeing like parts of a window. It could be a studio. It could be anything. But you can make HDRIs out of any location. Um, what else? When it comes to these, oh yeah, this node view right here. If you ever want to choose one of these and choose a different one, so let's say this is AI standard surface one, but I want to mess with blah blah blah, you know, and it's like, oh, I just clicked on blah blah blah, but I don't see anything here. We need to just clear this out. So we can go to, well, we can actually click on this and it gives us this. But let's say we want to clear it out, we can click on this and it's completely gone. I've never done two at the same time. Let's see what happens. Oh wow, they both show up. Okay, that's cool. So I selected both of these and I pressed this right here, which is input and output. Now what it's doing is it's attaching this is a the surface group. So these are like the surfaces the shader goes on, groups of polygons. And let me show you the uh, the way this file texture works. So if I click on this, remember this is our file. So let me click on this file, choose a file. Um, let me do this. All right. So I take this. I'll choose this node right here, and our middle mouse button. Well, actually, what's this preset to? I'll just go to clay. Only reason I did that is because I'm not sure. Something got overridden. Like if I think if you go to transmission, I think, yeah, that's what happened. So when you go to transmission to make it glass, the diffuse goes away. Because when something is glass or transparent, it doesn't really have a color. I mean, I guess it can, but in this is what happened because it was fully transparent. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this file right here and I'm gonna middle mouse button click, take it over here, which would be the exact same thing as clicking on this and going to file and having that file come up there. So it's the exact same thing. So this right here, this is what I'm gonna talk about. Place 2D texture. How this works is like this. I'll take this middle mouse button click, drag it on our object. 556. Why don't I see my picture? Oh, it was in the old one. Okay. Um, all right. So here's the picture. All right. On our object. Here's the place 2D texture. So coverage. Let's just look. Well, there's interactive placement. Let's go on that first. I never use this, but let's use interactive placement. So click on this. Actually, I'll just click on this. It's easier to find. If I now go to coverage, and if you want to like kind of move this without typing in the numbers, you just have to press control and middle mouse button click behind the number and move it to the right and move it to the left. And you can kind of like do this instead of typing in 0.5, 0.1 and all that stuff. But if I did type in 0.5, look at what it did. It gave me half of this. So this is coverage of the image. And what this is, because this is like a picture, so it's basically plain. Yeah, it's a picture, right? So when I do that, it's oh, and because it's a picture, check this out. This is going X, so this is X right here. No, no, I'm sorry. U and V. Because it's a picture, it's 2D, so we don't need to worry about the three, X, Y, Z or anything. Translate frame. Let's look and see what this does. So what it's doing is just repeating the tile. It's just moving. So once again, I'm clicking behind the number, holding down Control. I don't know if it is on a Mac, if it's Command or Apple or something like that. Hold down Control, left. Middle mouse button clicking behind the number and just moving the mouse. Same thing over here, clicking, moving the mouse. So I'm just clicking behind the number, moving it up and down, and we're getting a repeat of this. All right. Now there's repeat UV. So if I click behind this and move, it's repeating it more and more. Right. Now if I go this way, it's repeating it less. No, I guess it's going into negative numbers, which is still giving us a repeat. So it's repeating it vertically in the V or horizontally with the U. Hence U and V. All right. Then offset is moving to the left and to the right on the U. So negative numbers, positive numbers. Same thing over here. Positive, negative. Right? So it's repeated 3 times. That's why we see it 3 times. But if I take it back to 1, it's repeating once. You know, just all of these just need to be defaulted. So I kind of like Houdini. You can right click and just go back to select the default. Sometimes I don't remember what the default is, but in that case, I just add another one of these. I mean, make a new one. You know, if I really just don't know. Also, that's an important thing. If you really just mess up, just make a new one. Start over. Rotate UV. Click this and move, or rotate it. So if I type in 90, you see it's completely 90 degrees. And, 45. We're gonna get that diagonal look. All right. Noise UV. I never really messed with this. Let's see what it's doing. Oh, wow. Okay. Gives it like a little trippy kind of look. Yeah, it's looking wild. Crazy thing is, you can actually animate this. So I could right click and say set a key, right? So right now it's at that. So it's set a key right here. If I go to, I don't know, let's go to 120. If I left click, so this is just at point one, all right? So I'll just right click and set key. Let's just see what this looks like. So it's normal. So you see what happened here? Look. Ooh. I like that. That's cool to me. Yeah. So just so you know, you can do that. Right click. Um, hmm. Well, if we want to delete these keyframes, we can do this. We can right click and we can go to delete. Actually, it didn't hit that keyframe. If we click on this right here, it goes exactly to our keyframe. So if I right click on this and I go to delete, it deletes that keyframe. So I go right here, delete. So we're back to normal now. So that's just a little bit how our materials work. Well, Arnold materials work in Maya.